Well, we've had a busy week here in the State House thus far. We have a conference committee that is meeting on the new driving under the influence legislation that has passed both houses and is now in a conference committee. I'm the chairman of that conference committee and serve along with Senator Brad Hutto from Orangeburg and Senator Jakey Knotts from Lexington, and the three House members led by Representative Merle Smith are working to resolve our differences in the two versions of the bill. Both versions of the bill are a massive improvement over the existing law in terms of addressing particularly repeat offenders and removing some of the obstacles to enforcing our DUI laws on the side of the road when a trooper or deputy sheriff or whomever makes an inquiry and takes the initial steps to arrest somebody for DUI. We're eliminating some of the problem areas that have been shared with us that impede the ability to actually make those arrests stick up on a trial and a conviction. So I feel good about the progress that we've made thus far. We'll have a conference committee meeting in just a little bit, and I hope we're going to be able to get a report on that. Some other things that are going on, the finance committee is working on the state budget. This year the budget situation is a little bit more challenging than we've had in recent years, primarily because of the downturn in the overall economy and economic conditions, interest rates, stock market moving around a little bit, and that has caused a downturn in retail sales and that type of thing. Our job market data seems to be holding relatively strong. So South Carolina, I don't believe, is heading into a deep recession that would adversely affect our budget for a very sustained period of time. My thought is that we're going to wind the year up with a downturn in our revenue estimates, and probably next year is not going to be quite as strong as we had first thought. So we're having to make some adjustments there. And the first and foremost priority in that budget process will be public education and health care. But beyond that, there's probably a lot of agencies aren't going to get the funding that they had sought earlier this year when the budget was in the House. So we've got our hands full in dealing with all that, but it's got to be done. It's got to be done responsibly. I believe the Senate going forward will maintain its commitment to lighten the tax load on the citizens of South Carolina. There will be the continuing commitment on property tax, not on an increased basis, but maintaining those trust funds and making sure that all the efforts that we've made to date to keep property tax under control in South Carolina continues. And then lastly, I think the reaction this week by the Department of Homeland Security on providing South Carolina with an extension on the Real ID, Federal Real ID Act is a major plus for South Carolina. It demonstrates what we've been saying all along, that South Carolina's driver's license program is fundamentally a sound program, and the Department of Homeland Security agreed with us that we have made great strides in that, in the security and the integrity of the driver's license process. Now, whether we'll be able to meet all the criteria of Real ID remains to be seen, but at this point in time, I'm pleased that South Carolina is being treated similarly to other states, particularly in light of the fact that our process is so much further along than is the other states. So I welcome this opportunity to have a chance to briefly bring you up to date on those issues, and appreciate you joining us today.